Welcome back. Allan plays the Game of Thrones RPG. If you're just joining us, Sir Valar has basically come out and shown that he's investigating the accused criminal, my brother, Gawain, who is probably currently the legitimate heir. That's probably somewhat messy due to the fact that was not in exile, but was gone for some time. And it's all part of his plan to get a title of his own. He seems smart and shrewd, if a bit brutish.
The masses are fickle, are they not? Just a moment ago, they all cried out against the traitors, wanting a share of their blood. The woman dies, and they turn away, horrified, suddenly pious. If you want my opinion, this is a perfect example of human hypocrisy.
That woman was guilty of nothing. The people don't like it when some soldier gets away with killing an innocent in broad daylight. It might very well be their turn tomorrow. Whether or not they deserve it, they won't be able to do a thing to stop it. It is not a pleasant notion.
An interesting idea, my lord. I think, though, that they'll quickly try to forget this incident. In a week or in a month, they'll come enjoy the next execution with the same eagerness. And here I am, wagging my tongue. I've already kept you too long, my lord. May the Seven guard you.
Where do you think you're going? Access to this house is forbidden.
Calm down, soldier. This is my family home. I have every right to enter here.
My orders are strict. No one can enter this house. Now go on your way.
Tell me, I saw you in the hands of the Gold Cloaks earlier. You are a servant of Gawain, are you not?
Leave me be. I've done nothing wrong. I'm no one. I know nothing.
Calm down. I am not with them. I mean you no harm.
No harm? That's what they told Janna as well, while they dragged us outside. Poor Janna. She may have been a poxy bitch who was always haranguing me about my heavy drinking, but she didn't deserve what she got. In the mother's name, she didn't deserve what she got. When Master Gawain sees the misfortune that has befallen his poor household, he will not be happy. He'll be enraged, more like.
About that, I am Alistair Sarwick, his brother. I am here to find him. Tell me what has happened here.
Oh, in the Father's name, poor me, Master Gawain's brother. 1,000 pardons, my lord. I didn't know. My name is Hub, your brother's groom. With all due respect, he did not discuss family often. If truth be told, he never mentioned having a brother.
How could it be otherwise? Gawain was not but a child when I left Riverspring.
How so?
I won't dally on this matter any longer, groom, but note that I am here to help. Please, tell me what happened.
The City Watch entered the home by force and demanded to speak with the Master, but they did not find him. It had been a long time since we'd seen him here anyway. He sometimes sent us instructions. We received a letter not long ago. The steward Lambert kept it. He knew how to read, he did. That's actually why they took him away. He knew a bit more than the others. The mother take pity on him.
That seems important. Did the steward mention the letter's contents?
Aye, he said that Lord Gawain was headed to King's Landing, and that we had to prepare for his arrival. But judging from the face he made, there was something else written, and not good tidings.
Do you know what has happened to the letter?
The Gold Cloaks ransacked the house. It must be lost somewhere in the jumble. I must also warn you that a woman's letter arrived the other day, perfumed and all. Lambert made that one disappear right quickly. He said it was Master Gawain's private affairs, and that it wasn't to be gossiped about.
What did he do with it?
Lambert hid all important documents in a special hiding place. It's in his room, upstairs.
Interesting. With a little luck, the watch won't have found it. I need those letters.
Did you see the gold cloaks at the door, my lord? It's dangerous.
Gawain had quite a head start on me. He should have arrived in King's Landing long ago. You say he never came here?
No, my lord, and he did well not to. The men of the City Watch keep coming to ask questions about him. They told us that Lord Gawain was a criminal. They even promised a pile of gold for his head. Since then, all of King's Landing's wretches have spread the word. Yesterday, 3 of them even tried to beat me into telling them where he was. Lambert wouldn't let me leave the house after that. And today, the gold cloaks arrived as if they knew the master had returned. But they're wrong. No one here has seen him.
I have to go and look inside. The men of the watch guard the entrance. Do you know another way in?
Perhaps. The service trapdoor leading to the cellar behind the house. Would that do?
Are the men of the City Watch not watching it?
I have no idea. But it's Gawain they were interested in, not the house itself.
Let us go. Show me the way.
Very well. But let us pick up the pace. I've no desire to remain here.
Watch out, my lord.
Whatever you can spare, my lord.
Here we are. Do you see the trapdoor over there? It leads into the cellar. Practical and discreet. I've used it many a time coming home from the tavern.
And not a guard in sight. Perfect. I'll take it over from here.
Once you're down there, climb to the ground floor. Careful, the cellar is somewhat badly lit. Lambert hid his papers in his quarters, in a small recess behind an old shield. The woman's letter should be there. As for the other, well now, I don't know what to tell you. Check all the rooms. It must be somewhere.
I'll find it. Not to worry.
May the 7 be with you, Lord.
No, this door opens onto the square. Not exactly a discreet exit.
That seems funny. I probably shouldn't know about that particular. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He is accused because it would prevent him from inheriting. And when you got an ambitious mofo like
Our manse was ransacked. The City Watch really had a
Valar.
field day. I see. It would appear that my little brother developed an infatuation for one of Shataya's whores. I must pay her a visit. This Valina might know where to find Gawain.
Unbelievable. We have guards at every entry point, but there's always a rat who manages to crawl in. Come on, men. There's vermin to get rid of here.
Uh-oh. Well, hopefully that doesn't get pinned on me at all, because that'd be bad.
Now here's a visitor who brings back pleasant memories. Is that really you, Sir Alistair?
It has been a long time, Shataya.
It has been years since you honored us with your presence. It's been so long. I thought you'd lost interest in houses of pleasure.
You weren't wrong about that. My eyes have been opened to the light of Relor, and I took up the red robes of priesthood.
The gods gave us voices with which to sing their praises, hands to build their temples, and desire to honor them through our lovemaking.
You haven't changed, Shataya, but I have.
Excellent. If there's anything I can do to lighten your worries, it would be my pleasure. Just ask.
I certainly will, fair lady. Goodbye.
That's the one I was expecting.
Yes, Sir Alistair? Is there anything else you want of me?
I'm looking for a certain Falena. Is she one of the girls in this house?
Falena is one of my most enchanting girls, and she is well educated. She will be just impertinent enough to please you, my dear. I'm surprised that you know her.
I learned that she was, rather close to my brother.
Of course. I should have known. Gawain very much enjoyed Falena's attentions. Would you care to spend some time in her pleasant company?
It would be a pleasure.
Do go upstairs. Her room is at the end of the corridor on the left. She has been rather sad as of late. Perhaps you will succeed in comforting her.
I'll see what I can do.
Intriguing. Do you think we can...
Of course, if he wants it. But someone has to do it with him.
Look at that one there. One little jiggle from her, and I'll need to change my breeches.
Is there something I can do to make my...
Damn it, I've lost again. You must be cheating, you little slut. I know it. Over here, girlies. My friend here needs fresh meat. Let him eat his fill. Yes, do it.
Many pardons, my lord, but are you not Sir Alistair Sarwick? I heard tell that you had returned to the Seven Kingdoms.
Indeed. You appear to know much about me. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
I realize that my impromptu intervention might have startled you, my lord, but pray, do not take umbrage. The return of a war hero could not help but attract my attention, particularly when his return proves to be so ostentatious.
I won no honors in the war, just scars. But you have yet to introduce yourself.
Your modesty does you honor, my lord. You forged quite a name for yourself fighting for King Robert in his rebellion. Excuse my rudeness. I've not yet told you my name. I am Lord Varys, and I hope you will count me as a friend. We never crossed paths 15 years ago, but perhaps you have heard of me?
Lord Varys. Oh yes, I know you. You were Master of Whisperers to old King Aerys Targaryen. I did not recognize you, disguised as you are. I remember a more elegant man of the court.
Well, I am delighted to hear that. Let us simply say that I sometimes prefer to go unnoticed.
You haven't changed. Already in the time of Aerys, it was said that you had eyes in every court in Westeros, and that you knew everything about everyone. We rebels called you the Spider. Some of our lords were wary of you. You made some enemies along the way.
Alas, the people of the Seven Kingdoms have little affection for eunuchs. All of those noble knights and grand lords are loath to risk their reputations with informers and spies. But in the Game of Thrones, information is power. Those who most despise us are often the first to benefit from our whispers.
Please pardon my curiosity, Lord Varys, but I find it surprising to see a person of your ilk frequenting houses of ill repute.
Well, there are 1,000 little nothings to be learned in this sort of establishment. Whores make men talkative, you understand. And since King Robert was kind enough to keep me in my position, I have much to do here.
It would really surprise me if our meeting were purely chance.
Indeed, but my intentions are good. I wanted to discuss the Baratheon rebellion.
Why not? There is one question that I've never been able to be free of. Do you believe that the rebellion was a good thing, after all is said and done? Is King Baratheon a better king than Targaryen?
Old King Aerys was mad, my lord. Mad and cruel. That no one can deny. His habit of burning the great people of the kingdom alive could only bring him to ruin. After that, any idiot could have passed for a good king. As for His Majesty, Robert, his subjects loved him. Of that I have little doubt. But he pays little heed to matters of the realm and remains blind to the enemies around him. I fear that a new storm brews on the horizon. Does that knowledge make you regret your part in the rebellion?
Some good came of it all the same. I find comfort in telling myself that all was not done in vain.
You were just one young knight amongst hundreds of others, and Tywin Lannister was always a demanding master. He dragged you into that war and you carried out your duty as a bannerman.
At the time, Lord Tywin wanted a foot in each camp. When he ordered us to fight for Robert, I chose to follow his orders, yes.
Why such bitterness, my friend? You fought valiantly, and, more importantly, you were on the winning side. You could have brought renown, fortune, and glory to your house, if you had so wished. And yet, when the time came to reap the benefits of your efforts, you turned away and left Westeros. I admit that I do not understand why.
The rebellion was not nearly as noble as it is portrayed in the tales and songs. You yourself know that. It is one thing to face an armed enemy. It is quite another to attack those who are already vanquished. Let us say that the last orders that I received left a bad taste in my mouth. I preferred to go. I did not want glory won in that manner.
It was a courageous decision, sir. It is often easy to forget that it is our choice whether or not to obey. Perhaps it would interest you to learn that your old squire, Valar, did not spurn the honors as you did. Lord Tywin Lannister covered him in gold and knighted him to reward him for his exploits and his unfailing loyalty.
For his unspeakable brutality, you mean to say? I had the opportunity to behold his work again in the square. Such a wild beast should not be left to roam free, much less granted a command. It is an invitation to disaster.
Have a care, my friend. Sir Valar has become an important member of the court. He is a faithful supporter of Queen Cersei's, and he could cause you great harm if you were to make him an enemy. I strongly recommend that you avoid making such remarks in public.
I watched him grow in both size and ferociousness. I know what he is capable of better than anyone. No need to worry, though. I won't go provoking him without cause.
What a relief. Now, I'm afraid that I must beg your leave. Please excuse me. I'm afraid that my little birds are always chirping and demanding my attention. Make the most of your stay with Chattia. I hope to see you again soon.
Heh, neat.
You are Felena, if I'm not mistaken. Shataya said that I might find you here.
You are not mistaken, my lord. How might I please you?
A one-on-one will be enough to satisfy me. Preferably far from prying ears.
My lord needs only close the door. At Shataya's, the walls are thick and the beds are deep.
Slow down. I just want to speak with you.
Oh, in that case, it will be done according to my lord's pleasure.
I am Alistair, of House Sarwick. I imagine that means something to you.
Sarwick? By the maiden, you are from Gawain's family, are you not? Did he send you? How is he? When will he return?
You don't really expect me to be so naive as to think a whore truly loves her patron. Why are you so concerned for my brother?
My lord, I know the realities of my profession. Shataya treats us well, but in a few years I will be too old to draw men's eyes. And what awaits me then? Begging or walking the docks? I wish for Lord Gawain to take me into his service. Not to marry him. I'm not that naive. But he has always been attentive and charming. He will make a good master. He and I have talked about this.
I understand your worries, but all of this does not tell me where he is. You recently sent him a love letter. You seem to be aware of his movements.
Yes, my lord. Lord Gawain told me he was going to River Spring in order to visit his father. Lambert, his servant, would send me news. He told me that Lord Gawain planned to return to King's Landing shortly. So that he wouldn't forget to pay me a visit, I sent him a message.
He came here?
Yes, but my message was for naught. He came directly here soon after his arrival in town. He found out that the City Watch was looking for him. It was I who washed the dust of travel from him. He did not even go to his home first.
Well thought. Knowing that the gold cloaks were likely watching the house, coming here was a good decision.
He was very nervous. He hardly spoke to me that night. I tried to ask him questions about the patricide rumors, but they only made him angry. The last thing he said was that he would go to the Red Keep, that the Crown would hear what he had to say, and that he had more than one card to play. He left at the first light of dawn. I have had no news since, and the gold cloaks continue to search for him. Something must have gone wrong.
Indeed. It would appear that Gawain never returned to the Sarwick residence.
What do you plan to do, my lord? The City Watch has searched for him in vain for days. Even Lord Varys does not know his whereabouts, and Lord Varys knows all.
You spoke of Gawain with the eunuch. Why? What did he want?
He asked me questions, my lord. Nearly the same ones you did. He said he wanted to help him.
Strange. Why would the Master of Whisperers want to help a fugitive escape the King's justice?
I don't know why, but Lord Varys has always been good to us here. He has given us many reasons to be thankful for his attention. As far as he knows, the City Watch never caught Lord Gawain. The gold cloaks have nothing to do with his disappearance.
Yes, I thought so. They came to search the Sarwick residence and are still looking for him. I will go to the Red Keep and see if I can find out more about him.
Wait. This cloak belongs to Lord Gawain. He forgot it. Take it, please.
By the fire! That's Sarwick gilt waters. I remember seeing Father wear it on many a special occasion. Indeed, a cloak is more appropriate for a royal interview. I wasn't expecting to find it in this place.
Lord Gawain wore it when he would come to visit. Since he was a wanted man, he feared it would attract too much attention, so he preferred leaving it here. I am sure he would be happy to know that the cloak is in the hands of a kinsman.
This cloak is worth a fortune. How kind of you to return it to me.
You're making me blush. Frankly, I'm uncomfortable keeping this cloak in my residence. If the gold cloaks were to find it, I could get into trouble. Take it, please. It's yours. I pray to the maiden to help you in your search. Find Gawain, my lord. Bring him back safe and sound.
I would need more than the help of an imaginary goddess. But I appreciate the intention, as I'm sure my brother does as well. Farewell, Felena.
I'm gonna make a cut.